Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. It is finally time, y'all, to make my famous hot sauce. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this video. And the last time I made hot sauce, it was a video with hot sauce and other things. But today, y'all, is just going to be hot sauce. I've pulled all of my peppers out the refrigerator, out the freezer, I should say. And this is what I got out the freezer. And it's a mixture between sweet peppers and hot peppers. And this is everything I have. That's a lot. I don't know exactly how many that is right now, but that's a lot. So for hot sauce, let me get my recipe. You don't need many ingredients when it comes to hot sauce, y'all. All you need are the peppers, hot peppers and sweet peppers, vinegar, salt, onion, and garlic. That's it. That's all. That's all you need. The more hot peppers, the hotter your sauce is going to be. The more red peppers, the redder the sauce will be. So if you got a whole bunch of green peppers, y'all, then your hot sauce is going to be a greenish tint. That's really all you need. Now, I got two different recipes here, and one is from last year and one's from the year before last. And yeah, y'all, I don't know which is which. But I know that I'm going to be putting in about 4 cups of onion based on this amount of peppers. So 4 cups of onion. I don't have any fresh garlic, but I have some frozen peeled garlic, and I'm going to use 3 packs. Now, I don't know how much a pack is, at 2 garlic cloves or what, but I'm going to use 3 packs of them, and it's at least a half cup, if not more, of garlic, y'all. To taste, y'all. It's all about doing it to taste. And then I'm going to be using 4 cups of vinegar. 4, because I'm doubling my recipe. So my recipe calls for 2 cups of onion, 5 cloves of garlic, and 2 cups of vinegar. So I'm doubling everything. So hopefully the garlic is doubled enough as well. So that's everything that we're going to put in it. But we're going to take it and kick it up a notch, because we are going to, last year I sauteed all of my onions, or all of my, not all of them, but about half of my peppers, I sauteed them because they were fresh peppers. All of these peppers are from the freezer, except for a few that my mom's working on over here. I had a handful of hot peppers that were sitting here and drying out. And so instead of sauteing, we're going to put them in the oven and we're going to roast them and put a little char on them to kick the taste of that hot sauce up just a notch. So we are going to put all of these peppers on a sheet just like that right there. Now these, we opened them up because they were frozen. We let them thaw completely out, and we've been having them draining to get some of the water off of them so we can intensify that overall taste. And we're going to put them in the oven right here on these 2 cookie sheets that are lined with parchment paper. Now, when you are cutting your peppers, so these have all been cut already. We did not de-seed. Seeds are the hottest part of your pepper. So for my hot peppers, y'all, that's going to kick it up another notch as well. But anytime you're working with hot peppers, make sure you have gloves on. I don't have any on right now, but Mom has gloves on because she's the one that's been working with the hot peppers. But have your gloves on so you can make sure you protect your hands and your face and everything else. And we're going to do them in the oven versus on top of the stove, because when you do them on top of the stove like a saute, the heat from those hot peppers get in the air and it'll choke you. So I'm hoping by us doing them in the oven at a little slower pace, that'll help us. So you need good ventilation as well, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to go ahead and start putting these in a single layer on the cookie sheets that we have available. We might have to take a third one, Mom. This might be too many. That third one, the one we had the potatoes on, and use that as well. So that's what we're going to do. I'm roasting everything except for, we can roast the garlic too. I'm roasting everything. I'm going to roast everything except for these hot peppers that I diced up. Instead, we will let them drain to get some of the water off of them, and we'll just put these straight into the batch when we're cooking them in the vinegar. So for now, let's roast these peppers. Since Mom has the gloves on, she's going to take these peppers, and y'all, I really could have let them drain a little bit more. Put them real close, Mom, real close. There you go. Y'all see those cayenne peppers right there? So we have cayenne peppers, jalapeno peppers, and serrano peppers. And there might be one or two of other hot peppers in there, but that's the main ones. From a sweet pepper standpoint, y'all, it's a little bit of everything. My favorite ones are in there, which is my Thunderbolt. There's some bell peppers in there as well. Some of these peppers are from last year even, but it's a mixture of hot and sweet. Hopefully this sauce will be as good as last year's, because last year I knew exactly how many hot and how many sweet. This year I don't know. I took everything that was in the freezer out, and here's where we are. If we want to talk about the ratio that I used last year, I had 2.5 cups of sweet peppers to 1.5 cup of hot pepper for a single batch. So if that's what you're looking for, 2.5 sweet, 1.5 hot, but 4 cups of peppers. 4 cups. I know I have more than 8 cups of peppers over there, so I know I'm doubling this recipe. So let us finish spreading them out and getting them in the oven. Okay, y'all, I got it all in there. They are roasting and getting all of that water content out, which is going to intensify the flavor of the hot sauce. So I have some down there, some up there, and then there's the garlic and the onion, and that's at least 4 cups of onion, if not more, and that's every bit a 1/2 cup of garlic. So it's got more garlic this year. All right, let's let it roast up. All right, y'all, I've been pulling stuff out of the oven as it's getting nice and toasty. So here's a pan of roasted toasted peppers, and I also have the garlic in here as well. Here is the other pan. These are mostly sweet peppers, and the onion is still in there getting toasty. It's not toasty yet, but we'll take it out here in a minute, even if it don't toast up. So it is time for us to think about moving to the next step. For the next step, y'all, it's all about getting everything nice and soft and blended together. And so remember, I said I'm making a double batch. So vinegar is only supposed to be 2 cups. Oh, y'all, I just poured in 8. I don't need 8 cups of vinegar. I needed 4 cups of vinegar. Anyway, we are going to make a double batch. So I definitely started with, from a pepper standpoint, y'all, I started with more peppers than I thought. I started with this full of peppers. And I should have started with 4 cups of peppers, which is this right here. 4 cups. That's this. I probably started with 2.5 of these. So, So I'm making 3 times the batch, not double. I'm making 3 times. So with me tripling this batch, I should have 2, 4, 6 cups of vinegar, not 8. So we'll put 6 cups of vinegar in here. And here's the thing, y'all. When you go to blend it up, if it's too thick, you add vinegar. So that's why I would prefer to be a little under in the vinegar, because I can always add more vinegar. I don't want it to start off too thick. I would prefer it to start off, I'm saying that backwards. I am tripling the batch. So with triple the batch, I need 6 cups of vinegar. I have 8 poured out. I won't use it all. We'll only use 6. We'll hold on to 2 cups just in case we need to thin the batch out once I blend it all together. That's what I'm trying to say, even though I didn't say that a minute ago. So let's go ahead and start pulling this together. So we're going to start by pouring our vinegar. into this pot here and try not to spill it everywhere. And I need to leave 2 cups. That's leaving 2 cups. 6 cups of vinegar is in this pot. Now I need to start adding all of the goodness to this pot. And I'm going to add everything, including these peppers right here that are already chopped up. I need to have them draining. So we're going to turn our vinegar on. And by the way, y'all, this is quick hot sauce, vinegar-based hot sauce. This is not fermented hot sauce. Fermented hot sauce would absolutely taste better than vinegar-based, but vinegar-based is the fastest way to make hot sauce. And as fast as it leaves my house for people wanting some of it, I think I'm okay with that. So we're going to start moving all of our mixture into this vinegar. Now, the recipe also calls for white distilled vinegar. I don't like white distilled vinegar. I prefer apple cider vinegar. So that's why it's brown in color and not clear. So I think I told you everything I needed to tell you. Now all I need to do is get this stuff in here. Uh-oh. Seeds and all, because I'm going to blend it. I'm going to emulsify it. I'm going to break it down so much, you're going to never even know there was a seed in it. If you don't have a powerful blender to do that, or an emulsion blender to do that, you can de-seed, you can strain it all off at the end, but I don't plan on doing any of that because my blenders want to take care of any skin that could be on any of these peppers. Hot, sweet, it doesn't matter. Trying not to touch it because I don't have gloves on. I don't have to touch that one. And y'all, that char is what we want. That char is what's going to really bring the flavor out of this. All right, let's get the next batch in. Did drop one. And since I'm going to blend it, if you notice, I didn't really chop stuff up very well because there was no reason to. The blender will take care of all of that for me. Now, I do have an emulsion blender that will do the same thing as my Vitamix blender. But the Vitamix blender, I can pour it straight from the blender right into the container that I'm going to can it in. I lost one pepper. Last year when I made my hot sauce, I did not water bath can. I didn't pressure can. I just put it in the refrigerator. This year, since I'm tripling the batch, not double, tripling the batch, I think I want to can it up so it's shelf stable versus having to keep it in the refrigerator. All right, we're going to call it good with the onion as well. Now, I should have had 6 cups of onion, not 4. So I am a little shy on onion. Now, being that I'm a little shy on onion, oh, y'all, I need all, this is a lot more than I thought it was. Since I am a little shy on onion, I was thinking about adding a few onion flakes in here to help me out. So I don't have enough, but let's just keep it as is for now. But I need all of that liquid, y'all, every bit of it. All 8 cups. Ooh. So let me show it to you. Y'all see that? This right here is going to become our hot sauce. There is no tomatoes in hot sauce, y'all. Not in mine anyway. It's just peppers. And these are roasted peppers now. Of all kinds. Sweet as well as hot and spicy. There it is, y'all. Now, I'm going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to soften it up even more than it already is. And then we will move on to the next step. So I forgot to add the peppers that I did not roast. So there's the rest of those hot peppers that I didn't roast. Seeds and all. There we go. Now we are ready to keep this going. Where I'm short on onion, I think I have more garlic. So I think we're going to be okay, y'all. I think we're going to be okay. Oh, I forgot. We do need a touch of salt. I didn't mention salt. We do need salt. Let me grab that. Since I am tripling the batch, I might, since I'm making, it's more than triple, right? We are quadrupling the batch is what we're doing. I need 4 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon per batch. Remember, salt brings out the flavor. Mix that in. And we're going to let it get soft, y'all. Whew, that's hot. I'll bring you back when we're ready to blend it up. So it's time for us to take our peppers and blend them up. Now I've had them sitting to the side, cooling for about 10 minutes. Y'all, they smell good. But we are going to take them and we're going to put them in our blender. And then we're going to put them back in this pot so I can make sure that I have the same consistency as far as the texture and the consistency of the hot sauce. So we're going to put them here, blend them, and eventually get them back into this pot, mix it all together before we start filling our jars. I may have said earlier, I can't remember, that we are going to pressure can for 15 minutes. I meant to say that we are going to water bath can for 15 minutes, not pressure can. We have nothing in here except for peppers, onion, garlic, and vinegar. So we have such a low pH, right? It's so acidic that we don't need those high pressures to kill off all the bad stuff. And technically, you don't even have to water bath candies. You can put them in the refrigerator and they will last for months. So we are going to work on canning them to make them shelf stable. Ooh, hot, hot. Did I say it was hot? All right, so let's dip this out into our blender. Now the interesting thing, y'all, this blender that I have, by the way, I love this blender. I looked online and the peppers went down my throat. I looked online and compared really many different types of blenders before I chose this one. And y'all, this blender, I love it. It was the best investment I ever made, and I had to save up for it because this blender is a little expensive. This blender, y'all, I could make soup in this blender. So it can take a little bit of heat. All right, let's blend it up, and then I gotta find somewhere else to put it while we blend up the rest of this. I am going to put it on puree. Yeah, puree sounds good. I could put it on soup. I think I'm going to put it on puree because I want it super, super silky smooth. And so I got it there. And I have plenty of liquid in here, so I don't have to worry about it, you know, being too thick and not enough liquid. So I turn it on and I let it do its business. Plug it up, turn it on, and then it can do its business. And it'll stop when it's finished. So looking at the color of this, it looks like I'm not going to have to worry about it not being red because this is a deep red. And the other good thing is that since I roasted the peppers and everything in the oven and gave it that little char, that's going to help bring and deepen that color as well. Now, I'm not going to put my nose too close on this. I did that last year, y'all. Y'all laughed at me. And I'm not going to taste this just yet either. I'm going to wait till we mix it all together. Then I'll taste it, have my milk and water and all that kind of good stuff ready. But the texture looks good. We'll put it in this so you can watch me pour it in there so you can see the silky texture. See that? Oh, it looks good. So that's the first batch. I didn't bring my spatula. And I need to do the exact same thing for the rest of it until I get my pot empty, and then we can put it back in the pot. All right, let's dip again. I'm splashing a little bit, y'all. All right, we'll have to save what's in the bottom for another batch. Get the next batch going. And then, yeah, I gotta find something else to put it in because there's a whole nother 8 cups in there. There it is. Ooh, y'all. Y'all, that's a lot of hot sauce. This is just under 24 cups of hot sauce, just under. And now it's time for me to taste it, y'all. I'm scared, but let's get it tasted. I've already mixed it up real good because there were 3 separate batches. So one of them could have been hotter than the other. One could have been more garlicky than the other. And so now that we got all 3 batches together, I know everything is thoroughly blended together. And yes, I am wasting time so I don't have to taste it because I can smell the heat coming off of this, y'all. But anyway, here we go. We're going to go ahead and give it a taste. And I'm not tasting much because I'm scared. All right, y'all, that's it. That's all I'm tasting. That's it right there. No tomatoes, just peppers. I can smell the vinegar and the heat. I can taste. I can taste the garlic, but it has a sweetness to it, and I didn't put any sugar in here, so that sweetness is 100% coming from the sweet peppers that I added to this bunch. And y'all, it's hot, but it's not killing me like the batch I made last year. This is good. I could have backed off of the garlic just a little bit, but y'all, it's still good. It's still very good, I should say, very good. The garlic is overpowering the onion, but I can taste it. I can taste both. But y'all, it's good. It's good and it has a sweetness to it. I'm very happy with the outcome. Now, let's move this over and get these jarred up and canned up. Now, I did add 4 more cups of vinegar to this because it was looking too thick. So I went ahead and used 8, 9, 10 cups of vinegar for just under 24 cups of hot sauce. So I just wanted to make sure I told you that. I wanted it thinner. I don't want it too thick because as it cools, it thickens and I want to be able to pour it. So don't need to add anything else to this. Salt, everything's already in there. We are not going to have to debubble because we have a liquid, y'all. And y'all, this is good. This is better than last year from a depth of flavor because I did more roasting of my peppers than I did last year. Garlic's a little heavy, but some people love heavy garlic and some don't. What else is interesting about it this year versus last year? Last year, all I could taste was heat. That was it. The year before that, it was perfect hot sauce, but they said it wasn't hot enough. So I think this year we're in between. We're right in the middle of people who like it super hot and those who only want the flavor and not the heat. We are water bath canning. These jars, I heated them a while ago. They've cooled off a little bit, but they should be okay. My water bath canner is only going to hold somewhere between 8 and 10 jars because I'm doing a combination between wide mouth and regular mouth jars. So we'll have to see where that puts us. If I can't run the canner, if the canner gets full and I still have some, guess what, y'all? We can just put it in the refrigerator because we don't have to can this. So we're only going to run the canner once. And we get what we get in that canner that one time that we're going to run it. And everything else we will just put in the refrigerator. And y'all, I didn't even need water. I didn't have to drink any water, milk, nothing. The heat was, for me, perfect. Now, somebody else may say it's not enough, but oh well. I thought the heat was perfect. And I used every pepper I had in the house. And for those who follow me, you know I am so low on jars. I mean, I had to go down in the basement. I had jars tucked away that I didn't think I ever needed again. I don't pull those out. I don't pull every jar I own out. We even emptied some jars of things that we knew we were never going to eat. So we went ahead and cleaned up the pantry with those. And y'all, I've canned 0 tomato products. None, nothing. They're all in the freezer waiting for the processes and canning projects for my tomato sauces and hot tomatoes and things like that. But right now, y'all, this is on the low end again of my jars. Now, I probably go through somewhere between 5 and 10 jars a week, just depending on what we're eating, what we're cooking. I'm going to have to go ahead and can some of these up before I can figure out how many more I need. Because there's, oh, I spilled it. Now these peppers are going to stain. So whatever you get it on, just know you're going to have to really work to get the stain out. I didn't think I was really going to spill any red hot sauce. That's why I used that cloth. Now I'm going to have to work to get that cloth clean again. Let's go ahead and get these in the canner and see how many more I can get in the canner. I thought it was best to pull out my larger canner for this particular task. All right, there's some room in there. Let's keep going. I think I'm gonna make it work. Ooh, that's almost full, I'll take it. So I have 4, 5, I got 7 jars. There are the 7 jars, and now I gotta get the water over the jars. Y'all, my kitchen is a mess. There we go. Now I heated my jars the old-fashioned way. I didn't use my canner to heat the jars because I was already using the canner on another project. We are going to water bath can for 15 minutes. I've already inserted the jars. I don't need to warm the jars because they're already warm. Everything's already in here ready to go. So I can hold this button down and then it'll start heating and it'll run it for 15 minutes. So even though the water is not boiling in here, it's warm water. So once the water gets up to the boiling temperature, and it'll boil for about, I think it's about 10 minutes, then it'll start counting down for 15 minutes, and these will be done and properly sealed for a shelf-stable product. So let's let it do its thing. And I'll clean up the kitchen, y'all. It's a mess. I got mess right there, y'all. I got mess in the sink. I got mess right there. I got pans and mess right there. I got mess right there. I may still be cleaning when that process gets done. I'll bring it back when it's done. Y'all, there it is. There's our hot sauce for the year. That is definitely more than a year's supply for my immediate family, but we'll probably need to ration it for the extended family. But we got 7 1.5 jars. Is that right? Yep, 7.5. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10.5 pints total, right? That's 3 pints, 6, 9, 10. Yes, 10.5 pints total of hot sauce for this year. And I still have like this much left from last year because I've been rationing it off to the others. But anyway, y'all, we are done making hot sauce for the season. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about any of the steps that I took, please hit me up in the comments. But if you want a quick answer, I would advise you to send me an email because the comments come in a little too fast sometimes. But y'all, there's the hot sauce. You don't have to can it though. You do not have to seal the jars. You can make this exact same recipe and keep it in the refrigerator for many, many months. So you can still make hot sauce without water bath canning it. So remember, that's a step you don't have to take. Y'all, believe it or not, I've been in the kitchen all day with several canning projects, which you'll see on separate videos. But y'all, it's time to wrap the day up. The sun has gone and so has my energy. So we're going to end this video right here. So until next time, and I hope there'll be a next time that you choose to hang out with me at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.